Hello and welcome to a quick how to fix the operator system in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022. So I'll firstly start with the problem. So the problem is we have the spec guru, and okay, these are the good guys because we've got our campaign characters, we've got Price, Ghost, Farah, Soap, and then yeah, we're missing a few. Okay, so let's and we've got Messi. Yes. And we're missing some other main campaign characters. So we're missing Alejandro Vargas, obviously. Now you can sort of argue some of the other characters that are, start as your friends. Graves is your friend, and then he becomes your enemy. So the question is, what in the world are they doing with this Kortak? So we've got our good guys, who are called Spec Guru. We've got our bad guys. Or do we? We just got another mercenary group, Kortak. So we've got um, yeah, we've got Klaus. We don't have anyone from the campaign as a bad guy. So I don't know. So this is something hopefully they'll fix. I mean, it's been a problem since Vanguard. So Vanguard was worse. Vanguard only had one group and everyone played the same characters. So at least this has an attempt at different groups. But these guys don't clearly identify as bad guys. It sort of doesn't. There's no thematic punctuation in terms of the different voices for the different groups and the feeling of the different factions. There's no different factions. They're just like two different mercenary groups. They don't stand out enough. So this is something that they can fix. So one of the things we need is obviously Philip Graves from Shadow Company. We need him in this group. Like in season 2, and minimum season 2, we need Graves. I'd love a General Shepard as a playable character, and then it'll be obvious that they're the bad guys. And then you've got your main villain. I can't remember his name. Hassan? Yeah, Hassan. So we need Hassan, not the streamer Hassan, the in-game villain Hassan. I don't know why. And the Valerie Garza. Is it Valerie? Yeah. Valerie? Diego and Diego in the good side. And we need the... Anyone have Nikolai? Okay. So yeah, the two Mexican cartel bad guys, the lady and the guy, we need those two, as well as Hassan. We just need... So it was a big issue in Call of Duty Vanguard, which was you didn't have the Germans as the enemies, even though the whole campaign is you're fighting the Germans, but then in the multiplayer, you're fighting the Vanguard with the Vanguard. So you didn't have actual Germans to fight against and to have a different faction. Because they didn't want people to play as Germans, because that was... for some reason. So there's this over politicization of the Call of Duty, which... whole other issue. The other stuff's fine. I'm no problem with the flags and things. That's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. It's just this. Why don't we have actual enemies? Why isn't there actual factions? So when you choose your preference, it actually matters. At the minute, it's just... there's a couple other... they're just another group of mercenaries. I'm like, what makes them bad? What makes them the enemy? Why are we... there's this sort of giving reasons. Like, one of the great things about the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was you had terrorists win. Or, you're fighting against one side's the terrorists and the other side's the in quotation marks, good guys. So you had different thematical elements. And that went through with the voices, the AC-130 inbound. Sort of, you had all the great call-outs, which were phenomenal. One of the really memorable parts of the game. And at the minute, it's so boring. I don't understand why they came to this conclusion. And I hope that in Season 2, we get more characters from the campaign to add a more, thematic, more, tie in the lore, more sort of impact in the multiplayer in terms of them being different groups. Who the hell is Kortak? It's just... it confuses me because I feel like Cold War did a good job because it did have bad guys. So it actually had different, the Russians on one side. And then they just stepped away with that. Vanguard was an obvious, Germans are bad guys. That was such an obvious thing to do, but they didn't do it for some reason. And it blows my mind that they made the same mistake twice in a row. So you lose a lot in the feeling of the game when it doesn't have clearly identified teams that you're fighting, that you're on. And particularly in war games, you need to have. So this is a mistake Battlefield 2042 made as well, where they did the Vanguard thing too, where they just had operators, and then everyone was all on one team, and you're just shooting another version of yourself for some reason. So, and it was a step backwards. It's copying the Overwatch style. It's copying, I suppose, Valorant's probably another example. So it's trying to monetize skins, but it doesn't work at all because the skins are so garbage. So let's go to the store here. Okay, let's give an example. So this is $30 Australian. Well, I won't go to conversion. So this is it's got a bit of red on it. We got some. Oh, here we go. Here's the one. He's got the ghillie suit on, and a mask for some reason. And we've got the soccer people. Tie-ins with sports things. I can put up with it. It's not. I mean, all of their outfits are very generic. So very, just another soldier type thing. They don't really stand out. They should just be in their full on their kits. They're full on football kits. And then it'd be funny, I mean, the armor on the operators does nothing. So it's not like it offers any sort of benefit. But we'll get to that point. So we do have, so this is the slightly more effort with the jacket. But, yeah. And then we've got these other ones. They're just more anonymous soldier skins. And it's like, yeah, sure. So this is the only skin that's really different in the entire game so far, apart from Klaus, which is again its own issue there. But they're going to go more this direction. You can sort of tell, and they'll do the anime skins. We've got a red hood. Then you got a whole bunch of these other paid ones, which are just whatever. And then you got all the different multicolored ones for the teams. But I would love if it just makes it easier. I'm trying to keep this video short. If they just add the bad guys from the campaign to the Cortax side, make it clear they're bad guys, give us a little more punch with the callouts to make it clear that they are bad guys. And then, you got all your different skin stuff, but I don't know why they don't show all the skins for a character here. Because in Cold War is probably the best example. They showed you all the skins you could buy for the character here. So they'd show them locked so that you could go, oh, that's what it looks like. So I don't know why they haven't done that again. Because it was a good thing where you could access the packs even if they weren't shown in store. You could access them at all times. I don't understand why they do that. But I'm not telling you to buy any skins. I think they're all garbage. I wish that there were any decent ones. But at the minute, I don't really know what they're doing with the factions. They're just... And then the different outfits are so... They're barely different at all. And this Olympus King one, that's the reward for finishing the Battle Pass. That's the reward for doing the whole Battle Pass. That's it. That's the Battle Pass reward. So I don't understand what they're doing. And all these skins for weapons in the Battle Pass are pathetic. I don't understand what they did. The Battle Pass, honestly, if I didn't pre-order the game like a nincompoop, I wouldn't even bother to finish it. Apart from getting the freaking coins so you can get the next one for some reason. Because they're just garbage. Why are they so... There's kind of an Infinity Ward holding back... Trying to be like conservative, but you can be conservative and you can just be dull, and this is just dull. So it's another big part of people leaving the game. And again, they're not making any money off these microtransactions because no one's buying this shit. Now, some people still do. Again, you're free to make your purchases, but nah. All the hate that went on Vanguard, they had Snoop Dogg. Enough said. Yeah, do you need celebrity tie-ins? Do you need movie tie-ins? The only skin I bought for Cold War, or I bought two. One of them was a character one because it looked interesting and I just felt like it. And the other one was I got the John McClane Die Hard because I really liked Die Hard and I liked the series and I liked it, because it was something different. So I don't mind the zany ones. I'm not buying the anime ones, but I don't mind them being in the game. But I just want clearer faction distinctions, like something like a color. So all these guys can be, a little bit of green, and then all these guys can be a little bit of red or blue. Give us the distinction between the characters. I think is poor, and it's again they had the same issue with Cold War. The distinction between the characters there wasn't as good as well, but they still had some more, obvious bad guys. But it's just something going forward as the series goes, with the next game. I just hope and with the season 2, I hope they do look at this and go, we can make them more obvious that they're the bad guys or they're the whatever. Because it's at the minute, it's just like you put no effort in and it doesn't matter. They're just operators. But it's like, come on. You've got lore, you've got campaigns, you got iconic bad guys. Well, you want to make them iconic? Put them in the multiplayer. They've got chance here to make some really obvious decisions that would just pay off. And you go, oh, so that's the bad guy. All the bloody Cold War sold way more skins. Way more. It's in Modern Warfare 2019 as well. Compared to that. Because Cold War had these, celebrity tie-ins. It had movie tie-ins. And it had, bad guys and past characters and things and stuff from Zombies that was great. Really unique skins. They put in a lot of more pizzazz. And to sort of tie into this, maybe they need to have more, more customization options, probably more free stuff. To be honest, they could be a bit more reasonable in terms of you could take stuff off the character. I did wish, before the game was released, before trying the beta, I really hoped that they'd allow for character customization and you could actually do a bit more. So just the basic idea I had back when Cold War was the dominant one was that you could apply your sprays. So they had the spray things in the game for some reason. And I thought if you could spray them on the character during matches, which you can, why couldn't you do that in a menu? And you could just do all sorts of color combinations and do all sorts of creative stuff. Again, there may be offensive things. That's a risk you take. But I feel like there's just this lacking element. Now, they'll probably never do that, but I just want to throw it out there. I like the idea of it. Just some sort of, maybe just you could change the hat. That's such a basic thing. Or the headphones, or you could get like gold headphones. That was the thing with Vanguard. I liked that, the more you used the character, it did level up and you could get more skins for them. I actually like that aspect. That was good. But again, they're all so similar, their ultimate skins, that it was sort of and again, you didn't have enough choice in terms of what you could do with colors and things. But I feel like going forward, there's just so many anonymous skins characters here that just don't have any impact at all. They don't have anything special about them. And they deserve a bit more, or to be more clearly defined as bad guys. Or in this case, good guys. You having as you go into the mission, why you're doing it. We have to hold them back because what is the reason for the multiplayer? I mean, in the old Modern Warfare 2, you're fighting the terrorists. You're actually trying to do something. And it's kind of implied, a lot of it, but it's still able to make you feel there is a difference in them. But then, you still go into the old brain-rotted COD combat. But I don't know, I just feel it's an opportunity. So it's something that they've failed at the start and something that they can improve. So just chuck in the campaign characters that are bad, make them at the front of the list, make it obvious that one side is bad, one side is good, which it should be because they've got the good guys here and just none of the bad guys over here, strangely. And moving forward, they need to ditch the operator system altogether, really. But if they're not going to, just make it more obvious. Because people love bad guys. People love villains. So why don't we have any villains? You can make money out of that. You can monetize this thing. I mean, that's the thing that confuses me so much with Call of Duty Modern Warfare II. 2, is that they missed an opportunity to make actual money. I'm like, well, you don't want to make money. You're making really these bland packs and some of these gun things. I'm just like, who would ever buy this? Like, this is a great bloody example. Why would you ever get this? Why? Look at the color. And then, what? Why would you ever get this? So you get the moving emblem? The weapon skins. The weapon skins, man. They're so freaking bland. I don't... That's the next part. Weapon skins, the ones you unlock are so much better. Now, we do have your polyatomic and your Orion. If you're grinding for Orion, you know, power to you, but the skin is shit. Polyatomic, that's average. Platinum and gold, they're fine. I don't understand. They need to add a lot more. Again, it's too hard. Even though they use the same guns every year, you know, every odd year, they've got the same guns and the old models, they can do all sorts of stuff, but no, they can't. But at least there's a couple here that are trying, you know, some of them are trying. See, that one, that's a classic. Been in many COD games. So a lot of these are repeats from old games, which, again, kind of makes me question why you can't have all the moving ones from old games. But there's so much repetition in skins that I don't really see. They don't have many legs to stand on when they, you know, holding back all the ultimate skins from previous games. There's no reason to hold back stuff from Black Ops 2 and 3. And you should be able to, you know, you can reuse a lot of them. And a lot of them are reused here. We covered over a fair few, but and we got all the tiger stuff. Well, but the best skins are just solid colors. So I don't know why. I don't know why they don't think about this a bit more. Give you more customization. Frankly, if they offered a paid customization of weapon color, where you could style it, like some of the old games where you could put emblems on, like actually maneuver them, I think people may consider buying that because then they can make the weapon look exactly how they want. They could do half blue and half red, or they could do like different colors. They could do different patterns. They could make their obscene things, but we just get over it because it's not a big deal. Be so much nicer. And then we've got stupid selling charms. I don't understand why they think people would buy charms. And if you do buy charms, don't buy charms. The stupid decals. We can't even see them. Whatever. The stickers. Garbage. Total garbage. Where's a good way to do it? Yeah, gunsmith. There we go. Where we go? Alright. So, that's my little rant. Battle pass is trash. Calling cards, whatever. Loading screens don't work. Most of the time. Vehicles. Totally meh. Emblems meh. Yeah. We need good and bad guys. We need bad guys. We need bad guys. Alright, it's been Frosty 10. Complaining. Hopefully they fix this in Season 2. Just need to put some campaign bad guys. I'd love it if Shepard was a playable character. General Shepard. That'd be so good. And the lady from the campaign. The one who gets kidnapped. I can't remember her name. The intelligence officer. So she's, you know, looking for this. She should be a playable character too. Unless she, you know, the actual person, you know, explicitly said they didn't want to do that. They should have her as a playable character. I don't know why they don't. And there's just so many anonymous soldierable. It's just so many bland characters and designs and things that it's just a bit sad. Alright then. That's long enough. It's been Frosty10. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Leave a comment what skins you think they need, what characters you think they need to bring. You know, which iconic bad guys do they need to bring in? Are they going to wait until we got more cutscenes for Warzone for some reason? But yeah, what skins we need, what characters we need. Hassan, bad guy. The Mexican cartel dudes. Just generic Mexican cartel dudes would be good too. And then our good, task force guys on the Mexican dudes. They're, there's some more characters in the campaign they're just ignoring. It's weird. They're probably going to sell them as skins later. But yeah, Cortac. What the fuck? What the frick is a Cortac? All right, catch you next time. Bye.